Hello, let's do Wordle for Saturday, January 24th. Yesterday we spun the wheel and it said to start with tears. All right. All gray. So what follow-up should we do? Common letters left. N and L are the big ones. P is a good common letter, so is H. E and A are gone, so an O or an I would be nice, but U is fine. Let's see. Does anything stick out to me? PL maybe? PL and then some kind of vowel and then like, is pling a word or plink? I think plink is a word. Didn't that come up recently in like the analysis? We could also do like an LIND word like blind. Actually, is blind the only one? I'm going to try plink. I think that's a fun word. Ooh, okay. So the LI are in place. What do we do after that? Could we end in Y somehow? I'm not seeing it. I do see the word climb though, and I don't mind the letters, so let's just do that. Ooh, for a second I thought I got it. All right, it is CLI though. What's left? It's not cling. Cling would have been a really good guess, actually. Second. Cliff is possible. 2 Fs is not the best unless it's the only option. I don't think we can do IO or IU. I don't see how we'd end in O, so I don't think we need to worry about need to worry about vowels. We only need to worry about consonants. Click is gone because we tried plink. You know, cliff is the only one I see, so I'm just gonna guess it. All right, it was cliff. We'll see. We'll see in the analysis if there were other options, but we kind of made a cliff here. That's kind of neat. You can climb up the mountain and then just fall off the cliff, and it's a green cliff. It's all green, no yellows. All right, with a gray sky. It was foggy. We didn't see the drop, unfortunately. All right. Well, of course, if we were Wile E. Coyote, if it was foggy, we'd just keep going because we wouldn't be able to look down and see that we weren't on land anymore. All right. Well, let's spin the wheel and see what tomorrow's starting word's going to be on this massive wheel. All right, steel, suggested by Becca, a very good starting word. It's one of those Saleh anagrams. All right, so if you're following along, tomorrow start with steel. And we are going to do some analysis now. So let's do that. All right, the answer was cliff. I think we're going to have a high average today because that double F is not something you generally want to guess early. Start with tears. We don't have to analyze stare today because it's an anagram and it's all gray anyway. It's just clomp. Interesting. Clomp is actually, yeah, I kind of like that. There's 320 words, so who knows? But after clomp, it suggests clink. Interesting. Wasn't that the answer yesterday? Clunk. Either way, we're going to get cliff after that. All right. So that's what it would do. I should do what I did. Plink. Is plink on the list? It's not. Is Blink on the answer list? Would be another question. OP. Yeah, it sure is. All right. It was cliff or climb, and I got unlucky. So Plink would have lost on hilly, mound, jolly, lolly, and molly. Wow. So that ollie trapper, illy, or ound, all concerns, but they weren't anymore after the results. So I did climb before cliff, but there were just the 2 words left. 4 unlikelies. Blimey. Glyph. Spelled with double F instead of PH. That's interesting. Ilium and oligo are unlikelies. After climb, it was only cliff. There weren't even any unlikelies. All right. Let's do tails at start. Tails gets the L. We go could, which gets the C. So now we go clink, which is very similar to the plink, and now we do climb or cliff. All right. Steel, which is what we're going to start with tomorrow, actually. Oops, I typed steak. Steel. The K is right next to the L. It goes folic because we have the L, and now cliff is the only option. All right, almost. I mean, we have 5 grays, 5 yellows, and 5 greens. They're just not striped. All right, adieu is the most common starting word. We get the I in the middle. It goes flint, and now it's only cliff because we got the F. That's interesting. Wonder if that's hard to think of. Who knows? Audio. it goes. I think someone told me this is pronounced peast. All right, and then clink. We could do climb cliff or just get cliff right away. So 4 or 5. We already did stare. Stare is going to be the same. Munch, and then is this different? Why would that be different than steer? Sorry, different than tears. Is tears pre-calculated? But interesting. Tears is pre-calculated, but stare is not. Interesting. So that's why it says munch instead, because it didn't pre-calculate it. The pre-calculated one is more accurate. Colic and then cliff. All right, interesting. And then Trace tries to get it in 2. We go could cling. We could do climb then in cliff. All right, so it's anywhere from like 4 or 5, I think. And then finally, place is what the official bot starts with. From here we have the C. We go cling or clink or clung or clunk, all equally good. And then we still have the climb cliff issue. So 3 or 4. All right, let's check with the official bot. First, we're going to take this screenshot. All right, feedback seems to be you don't mind the time it takes to take the screenshot. Nice and relaxed break between analyses. All right. What was the answer? Cliff. I saved these as the answer for whatever reason instead of the date. Let's go into the bot. I got a 97 skill. That's pretty good. 39 luck. 4 steps is a little bit below average. I did say we'd have a fairly high average. I don't know if we're going to have a lot of losses. We'll see. Tears gets a 91 skill. That's interesting. That doesn't go into the skill score, but go away. All right. Plink is a 92 skill. It would have done could or doily or guild. All right. Okay. So 14,000 people started with tears or possibly stare because stare would also be all gray. It would be the same situation. But anyway, plink is not on the list. A lot of people doing cloud, pound, mound. So going right into the ound trap. Could, pouch, cough, bound, found, doily. What did this spot say to do? I can't remember. So we started with tears, right? Clomp would have been the best, which is interesting. I don't think anyone did clomp in this list. All right. Climb. Got a 99, and then cliff 99. So my skill score would have been lower if I gotten lucky with cliff, but my luck score would have been higher. All right. It does place, clung, climb, cliff. Not too surprising. Tears is at a 0.5% start. But all the stare people had the same situation. Wow, stare is actually the second most common start. Kind of tied with slate for hard mode. Cliff has a 0.2% cheater rate. On turn 2, we had a 1.9% on Cliff, but Cloud is the most common follow-up. On turn 2. Turn 3, we now have a 20.3% for Cliff. Climb is still up there. 61.8 on turn 4. 91.8 on turn 5, and greater than 99 on turn 6. So this is interesting because what normally we would see like a 96% for turn 5. So our average is high, but then people aren't losing. They're just doing cliff last because cliff doesn't help you with anything else. If you're in that CLI, if you're losing on click, climb, cling, cliffed. Ooh, yikes. I don't know if that's a typo. I mean, T and F are diagonal on it with each other on the keyboard, but I don't know if that would be it. All right. Well, let's refresh and analyze in regular mode. Oops, that's not how we do that. Cliff. All right. 97 skill, 39 luck. About the same. I think it's 1 less skill rating. We have 98,000 people in the same situation. Cloud is the most popular follow-up after tier. You know what it is? I just realized Cloud, the really common 3-word start is stare, cloud, pinky. So there's just a bunch of people who do stare, cloud, pinky, and then just try to get it in 4. I like it. I like that kind of thing. I don't like Stair Cloud Pinky specifically. But 3-word starts are really nice for speed running. Like if you're playing like, hey, who can do 30 Wordles the fastest? Those are great. But if you're trying to minimize your number of guesses, which seems to be what Wordle is about for most people, you don't want to do a 3-word start for that. All right. And then 99 skill on climb, 99 skill on cliff. All right. Slate bipod. So it's doing this. I think we've seen this before where it does bipod if you have a green L. It just does a filler. And then clink cliff. I don't think really the filler helped it too much in this case, but I'm sure it does in other cases. We got a 0.3% cheater rate, 0.6% starting with tiers, but they kind of joined the stair people. We have a 4.1. All right, cloud again, most popular second guess. Cliff is at 4th place at 1.8. Turn 3, we're at 15.6. Turn 4 at 54.7. Turn 5 at 88.3. That's significantly lower. It was 91% if I remember. And we have a 98.7% solve rate. I haven't seen us in the 99% in a while in regular. That's interesting. Not in my memory anyway. We're getting a lot of 98s, 97s. Click, climb, cling, clift. Again, people losing on clift. What does that even mean? Is that like a common word somewhere? Merriam-Webster says, now chiefly dialectical for cliff. Interesting. It's an archaic and dialectical variant of cleft. Oh, interesting. Of cleft. But then why does it say cliff down here? I don't know. Doesn't matter. And a cleft is a space or opening made by or as if by splitting. I've heard cleft for like, isn't there like a cleft lip or something like that? Anyway, that's it for Wordle. How'd you do? And if you'd like to watch the New York Times games, you can click at the end of the video. It'll take you right there. I also have a pinned comment with all the games I've played today. And if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.